You are now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before I begin my questions for Mr. Goodell, I'm going to have to correct the record once again for Mr. Connolly. This is becoming a habit, I believe. Madam Chair, he's hanging out with Adam Schiff too much here lately. He just keeps making things up. In 2017, when the Republicans were in control of this committee, we had 112 Trump administration witnesses testify. In 2018, Republicans still in control of this committee had 59 administration witnesses. That was during the tenure of Chaffetz and Gowdy. In 2019, when the Democrats retook the majority, you had 80 Trump administration witnesses testify. This year, now that Biden's president, you've had only 36 low-level career civil servants testify and no cabinet secretary. So I want to correct the record on what Mr. Connolly said. That was completely false. Commissioner Goodell, when did you learn this committee was investigating the Washington commanders?
I'm sorry, Ranking Member.
When did you learn this committee was investigating the Washington commanders?
I believe it was late October of last year, 21.
Were you surprised?
Yes.
Why?
Because I thought we had handled this situation in a way that was responsible for a workplace. We had, as I said, implemented unprecedented discipline.
Right.
We had made the changes to transform the workplace.
Let me get this right. One reason you were surprised is because the NFL took action and held the bad actors accountable, and another reason would probably be because Congress really has no jurisdiction over the day-to-day operations of the NFL. The committee Democrats asked the NFL to produce documents, correct?
Yes.
A lot of documents, right?
I think we're over 460,000.
450,000, nearly 500,000 documents. Would it surprise you, Mr. Goodell, that committee Democrats haven't sent a single document request to the Biden administration about the infant formula shortage? But they've requested 500,000 documents from the NFL. Does that surprise you?
I'm not sure I have a point of view on that one. I was only focusing on what the NFL was requested.
The Democrats haven't even, just make this point, sir, the Democrats haven't even sent document requests to the Biden administration about the botched withdrawal from Afghanistan or the COVID origination or the impact of school closures on kids or what they're doing about the illegal immigrants and fentanyl streaming across the southern border or about skyrocketing inflation and energy prices. Not one request on these problems. I think that's what the people in my district in Kentucky care about. I'm pretty sure that's what most people in America care about. But Commissioner, you had Beth Wilkinson conduct an investigation into the workplace conduct of the Washington commanders, and Mary Jo White's in the midst of a related one. You've already stated that, and you've also stated the commanders have made dramatic improvements at its organization. Is that correct?
Yes.
So, why are we here? Why do you think we're here today? Because that's what a lot of the people on my side of the aisle, the Republican members, minority members, why are we here? Why do you think we're here, sir?
Ranking Member, I was given an invitation and I felt it appropriate to show up when Congress asked me to show up, and I believe that this matter was handled appropriately, and I wanted to make sure I stated our point on that.
And you believe that, let me get this right, you believe that Dan Snyder has been held accountable for a past toxic work environment, but the NFL continues to go in and monitor the situation, and how would you describe the current situation of the work environment in the Redskins or Commanders football program? How are things today in the NFL's view?
Well, Ranking Member, it's not just the NFL going in. More importantly, it's an independent organization, Vestry Light, that is auditing, goes in and is meeting with employees, going through processes, checking with HR. Again, we had very woeful HR processes for too long, in that organization. They've been implemented into the organization now. It is actually a very professionally run organization from an HR standpoint. I think employees, from the reports that I've seen in this, that you also have a copy of, employees feel comfortable with the environment and the workplace. They see a dramatic change. And I think that the changes that the commanders have made, including implementing new executive leadership from President Jason Wright to the coach Rivera, I think you see a dramatic change in the organization. And Dan Snyder made those hires. Dan Snyder made those changes. But I also believe that Beth Wilkerson's recommendations to the workplace, the 10 recommendations she made, were very important to implement. And that's why we have ongoing oversight to that, to make sure that that continues, which I think is the most important objective when we began this, is not just the accountability, but really to make sure that we change the direction of this workplace and make sure that it was safe for our employees.
Very good.
Gentleman's time has expired.